Hi. In this video, I'm going to help answer the question, how much should I pay the babysitter? I've been a babysitting instructor for 14 years now, and I really like being able to help youth and adults have constructive conversations about money, and I like to help make sure that youth are building a strong business as a babysitter, while also making sure that parents are not being overcharged or aren't overpaying a babysitter. I'd like for you to be able to go out more often. So with that in mind, this is a very basic calculator, and hopefully it helps. Here we go. We're going to use 10 years old as the base age, and we're going to use $3 per hour as the base rate. For adding money on top of that, we're going to consider 4 different factors. The very first one is, how old is your babysitter? For each year that your babysitter is above the age of 10, you're going to add $1 per hour. So a 14-year-old is 11, 12, 13, 14. 4 years over 10, you're going to add $4 per hour. The second factor is, how much experience does your babysitter have? And so for each period of time that they have provided care for children, whether for their siblings or starting to care for other families, for each of those years of experience, you're going to add $1 per hour. If they have 2 years of experience, that's an extra $2 per hour. The third factor you're going to keep in mind is, how many children are they comfortable taking care of, and what age range are they comfortable taking care of? If you are offering them a job that is outside the parameters that they're most comfortable with, they feel comfortable taking care of 2 kids, but you have 3. They feel most comfortable with 2 to 6-year-olds, but you have a 1-year-old. We're going to add $2 per hour in acknowledgement that they're not comfortable taking on this job by themselves, and that extra $2 helps them to pay for a friend to join them. The benefit of this is that, because obviously you could just hire a different babysitter who is comfortable with that job. If you're willing to still hire that person, tack on the $2 and let them bring a friend, it helps them to get that experience. They can tag team with somebody, still provide safe and competent care, and get used to working with that age or working with that number until they do feel confident flying solo. So if you want to hire another babysitter, obviously you can, but if you're okay with giving this person experience, as long as they are willing to have backup and tag team so they can do it well, adding on that extra $2 is really worth it. The last factor you're going to take into consideration is if you have any additional chores that you would like this babysitter to do. A babysitter should always, always, always leave your home looking the same or better than it did when you left. If you come home and your babysitter has created messes, whether it's dishes in the kitchen or a pillow fort in the living room, and they've left it for you to clean up, that's not okay, and it's all right to have a conversation with them about that so it doesn't happen again. But if you're asking your babysitter to clean up messes that they didn't make, you are asking them to wash dishes that were already dirty before they showed up, you're asking them to clean up your kid's toy room when your kid destroyed it this morning way before your babysitter showed up, that is not actually a babysitting job. That falls under the realm of housekeeping. There are other professionals that you would normally hire for that kind of job. However, if you'd like to ask your babysitter to do it, you can ask, and you can offer them money to pay for that chore. I would recommend approximately $4 or $5 for a reasonable household chore, such as washing dishes or helping to tidy up a bedroom or a playroom. And if you're asking a babysitter to tidy up, please treat different rooms like different chores. So if they're cleaning 2 rooms, treat it as 2 chores. $4 or $5 per chore is a very reasonable rate to offer. Now let's take a look at a couple of different scenarios so that you can see how the calculator works. Scenario number 1. You're asking a 10-year-old to come over to be a parent's helper. You're still going to be home, but you need some time for yourself. You want to grab a shower, you'd like to sit in the backyard and just read a book for a little while in the sunshine or get some other work done. Inviting this 10-year-old over, they are 10, so that's the base age, and the base rate was $3 per hour. So if you're inviting them over for 2 hours for some me time, then that's $3 per hour. You're going to pay that 10-year-old a total of $6. Scenario 2. You're asking a 10-year-old to come over to be a parent's helper. You'll be home, but you just wanted to grab a shower, go read, or get some other work done. And this time you're asking them to also do some additional chores while they're there. You're asking them to please wash the dishes that are in the kitchen that you just haven't been able to get to. And you're also asking for their help tidying the toy room, which just has a few too many books, clothing, toys spread out all over the place. You just haven't been able to get to it. So for 2 hours, that's $3 per hour for a 10-year-old at that base rate. And 2 chores, let's say that's $5 per chore. So in the end, for 2 hours and 2 chores, you're now paying this 10-year-old a total of $16. Scenario 3, you're hiring a 14-year-old. They are 1, 2, 3, 4 years older than 10, so you're going to take the base rate of $3 and add another $4 on top of that. And let's just say that they started babysitting when they were 12. That means that they have 2 active years of childcare experience. That means we're going to add $2 per hour on top of those other numbers. And the other thing is, you have a 1-year-old, but this person is normally more comfortable taking care of children who are 2 years and older. We're going to offer them an additional $2 per hour and inform them that it's for the purposes of hiring a friend to work with them. They can decide how they want to split their money with their friend, but if they want to gain the experience, you're okay with that as long as they bring somebody else so that they can still provide safe, healthy, competent care. In addition to that, you've got 1 chore that you're asking them to do, so $5 there. Totaling it all up, that's the $3 base rate plus $4 per hour for their age, $2 per hour for their experience, and $2 per hour so that they can invite a friend. That's a total of $11 per hour, and on top of that, we hand them an extra $5 for that wonderful chore that they got completed for us too. Last scenario. You're hiring a 16-year-old. They are 6 years over the age of 10, so that's an additional $6 per hour. If they started babysitting or being a parent's helper when they were 10 and they have 6 years of experience, that's another $6 per hour. In the end, that means that with your base rate of $3 per hour, plus $6 per hour for their age and plus $6 per hour for their experience, in total you're going to be paying them $15 per hour. And by the way, if you can find a 16-year-old who has 6 years of active childcare experience, that's awesome. You probably just found yourself a very solid babysitter who is worth $15 per hour. And that's it. That's the babysitting wages calculator. I hope that comes in handy, and I hope that means that you get to enjoy more outings or more me time. All the best.